Number 1, what is your name, please?
My name is Wally Norton Jr.
Number 2?
My name is Wally Norton Jr.
And number 3?
My name is Wally Norton Jr.
You gotta believe all three of them, and we got a monitor right down there, and that's where they were looking. My name is Wally Norton Jr. Good going, guys. Okay, here's what Wally Norton Jr. has to say about bears. I, Wally Norton Jr., am the world's youngest animal trainer. The animals I train are bears. I got into the act accidentally when I was 2 years old, and my parents couldn't find a babysitter. So in order to keep an eye on me, they just put me on a bicycle with a bear. I now appear with my parents in their act, the world's largest display of uncaged performing bears. Take a look, and here you see my father teaching a young cub to somersault. And they're also taught to do handstands. Now, all the bears in the troop seem to delight in wearing their costumes. And here you see my father dressing some of the older bears. Now, their tricks include riding motorcycles, doing rollover somersaults, and even juggling a tube with fire at either end. Not only are the bears I work with uncaged, but the circus I travel with is a real reminder of circuses past. I tour with the Circus Vargas, the world's largest under-canvas circus. Signed, Wally Norton Jr. All right, panel. Now, these three young gentlemen all claim to be Wally Norton Jr., the newest member of the Norton Bear Act and the Circus Vargas. And we're going to start with you, Kitty Carlisle.
Number 1, how old are you now?
I'm 10 years old.
And number 2, are you 10?
Yes.
Do you go to school?
Yes.
Are you taught at home, or do you really go to a school?
Oh, I'm taught at the circus.
At the circus.
Yes.
And number 3, are you 10?
Yes.
Was that your mother who was doing somersaults with the bear in the film we just saw?
Yes, that was my father.
It looked like a lady.
I mean, that was my mother.
That was your mother. That's what I thought. And number 2, when you were put on the bicycle with the bear, do you remember that incident when you were 2 years old?
No.
Oh, so you don't know whether you were frightened or not?
No, I don't.
Number 1, do you really train the bears yourself?
No, my father helps me train him.
Number 3, what is your act then?
Say that again?
What do you do in the circus?
Well, you want the bears?
What you do with the bears?
What? We help the bears ride motorcycles.
Uh-huh.
And then we help them do rollover somersaults.
Thank you. Number 2, you don't do an act with the bears.
Buzzr, let's go to Bill Cullen.
Number 2, does your father look like your mother? That was your father also in the picture that we saw, number 2. Is that right?
Yes.
Now, number 2, were you ever afraid of bears?
Yes, I was.
Are you still afraid of some bears?
No, not really.
Are all bears safe, number 2?
Some are safe and some aren't.
Number 1, I want to ask you a question about what's going on backstage. Backstage, there's either a bear coughing or attacking someone. Can you tell me what that is going on back there?
I think it's a bear. I'm not sure.
Sounds more like one of our staff members to me.
Let's go to Pat Collins.
Number 2, other than Joe's hand, what does that cute little bear eat ordinarily?
Well, for treats we give it dog biscuits, but it eats fruits and vegetables.
No meat?
No.
No. Now, has a bear ever turned on you, number 2? Has anything dangerous happened to you?
Yes, a bear once scratched me.
How did that happen?
I turned my back on the bear, and it scratched me on the back.
Is that a rule number 3, never turn your back on a bear?
Not really.
No. No. Is it? Do you feel, really safe with the bears around?
No.
No. In other words, you're living in terror all the time. Well, I don't blame you. I would be. And number 1, at what age do the bears get their teeth?
Around a month or 2. They start to come.
Wow.
And number 3 looks like somebody threw a hat up and he just walked under it, doesn't he? He's the greatest. Now, let's go to Nipsey. Nipsey.
Number 1, what's the place in a circus where they keep the animals called?
In a truck.
In a truck. That's it. Number 2, the restroom is called by different names in different places. Like in the Army, it's called latrine. What do they call the restroom on a circus lot? Do you know? Number 2?
Bathroom.
Yes. Number 3 is anything you'd like to avoid telling.
No.
What? Number 3.
That's it, Nipsey. The game is over. With the answer of truck and bathroom, we now must go to voting. They must mark their ballots. No consultation, no changes. Do you think it's number 1? Or do you think it's number 2? Or do you think it is number 3? $50 for each incorrect vote, $500 if all the votes are wrong. Kitty, you got us started. How did you vote?
Oh, well, it's obvious, absolutely obvious to me. It's got to be number 3. He's the smartest one. He's got the most sense. He was the one who said he was very frightened around bears. And he's right.
Okay.
Who wouldn't be?
Bill Cullen.
Number 3's answers, as far as I know, were absolutely right, but I don't think I'll ever find out. I voted for number 1. He has a professional circus approach to this entire thing.
Okay. Pat Collins.
Well, I disagree with you, too. I think it has to be number 2. I mean, he just looks right. He just has the bearing. Oh, that was so terrible.
Very.
I'm so sorry about that. Well, don't you agree? I think it's number 2.
Okay, Nipsey, you're the tiebreaker.
You see, number 1 is playing the game with us, and number 3 is a political speechwriter. So I went with number 2.
All right. The votes are all in, and we get to ask that great question. Will the real Wally Naughton Jr. please stand up? Oh, he's number 1. He's standing up.
He has that circus face.
Okay. Let's find out who these 2 great imposters are. Number 2, what is your name and what do you do?
My name is Anderson Cooper, and I go to Dalton School, and I'm in the 5th grade.
5th grade, okay. Now let's find out about number 3. Number 3, tell us very slowly what your name is and what you do.
My name is Shepard Frankel. I go to PS75, and I'm in the 3rd grade.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you told us slowly. All right, Wally Naughton Jr., thank you very much, and our 2 imposters for playing our game. Thank you very much, fellas.